Hi, I'm Jessica, and welcome to this episode of Behind the Art. Behind the Art is a series where I take you behind the scenes on a single piece that I've created. I discuss the materials that I used, as well as any references or inspiration behind the piece. All right, so let's begin. This week's episode, I'm going to be talking about a piece called Freedom Flight. For the materials, I used Strathmore 400 series mixed media paper. For the background, I used Caran d'Ache Luminance wax-based pencil. And for the butterfly and the lavender, I used Polychromos Faber-Castell. I also used two different types of blending methods. I used the traditional blending stump as well as the Mona Lisa odorless paint thinner. So where did the name Freedom Flight come from? If you've watched my About Me video or even watched the previous episode behind the scenes of my studio logo, you'll see this reoccurring theme of trying to bring light into the darkness. And when I say that, what I mean is, trying to focus on the positives and the beauty around us instead of the dark kind of bad things that tend to happen. And so at this particular time when I was working on this piece, I was just coming out of a dark period. And I was thinking about it as I was working on the butterfly, just how light I was feeling again, burden-free. And it was like being able to take a breath of fresh air for the first time in a long time. And I started reflecting on the changes that a butterfly can go through. From the caterpillar to the cocoon, and then when it comes out of the cocoon to this beautiful butterfly. And I thought, wow, that's sort of how I'm feeling right now. When I'm going through that period of darkness, I feel trapped and in a dark place and confined and almost claustrophobic. And that is sort of like being inside of a cocoon. But, once I get past that and I get out of that dark period, it's like being a butterfly, where your wings are just able to expand and be free, and you can fly wherever you want to go. And so that's where the name came from, Freedom Flight. It's that idea of that first flight of freedom when you come out of that dark cocoon and back into the world again, almost. So my reference photo came from a really neat website called paintmyphoto.com. Photographers, both amateur and professional, post up these photographs for artists to use as reference, and the photographs are free to use and copyright free, so you can use them for anything, and it's really great. The photographer for this photo, his name is Paul Sherman, and he does a lot of beautiful nature photographs. And when I was working on this piece, it was back in the spring, and so I was looking for a butterfly to draw. And so when I was looking up the different photographs, this one really caught my eye for a multitude of reasons. One is I really loved the color of the butterfly. I loved the colors because they were kind of plain, just these sort of brown, orangey colors. And even though that they were plain and not bright like what I would normally be drawn to, I thought that these browns and coppers were beautiful in their own little way, and I wanted to just show that you can still find beauty in something that's not bright blue or pink. I also loved how he was able to zoom in on this guy and really capture what I thought his personality. American copper butterflies are, normally about this big. A lot of times you don't even see them as you're walking through the grass because they're so small and unnoticeable. But he was able to zoom in and really capture this guy and capture the face and his eyes and his little fuzzy body. I thought it was so cool. I really wanted to try to draw the texture and also try to see if I could get that same personality in the face. Another thing that I liked about his photograph was the background and how he was able to get the greens to just really blend together. And so this was a technique that I was practicing with in my background. And so I thought it was a great, reference to use for that practice. So I think my favorite part of doing this drawing was probably the butterfly's face and body. I really enjoyed this guy. He's so cute. I mean, look at this face. I guess the final part of the drawing that really sealed it for me was the lavender. One of my favorite colors is purple, and one of my favorite purple flowers are lavender. I just think that the smell is so beautiful and so calming. So, you know, it was just the entire makeup of the photograph was a perfect match for what I was looking for at the time. The only real change I made to my own drawing is just I zoomed in to make sure you really focused in on that butterfly. But that was about it. I mean, Paul Sherman did a beautiful job in his photograph, and I tried my best to recreate what he did. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you come back. Subscribe to my channel. I am creating my very first colored pencil tutorial very soon, so look for that. I'll be back in about 2 weeks for another Behind the Art episode. I also do speed drawings, and if there's anything else that you are interested in, let me know, and I will see if I can add that up to my channel. Check out my website, and I'm also on Facebook and Instagram, so hope to see you soon. Thanks.